God. I was looking down like snitching. I'm like, Steven Tyler didn't snitch.
Snitching.
But my dog, see, so
No, but you know who did snitch? Paperwork confirms. Boston Richie left two statements in two separate cases, leading to one man being in prison for 15 years, while another statement led to two other people being arrested for a certain amount of time. So the paperwork was there, and you know it ain't real till 1090J get on the case, and he made a
you don't even
video.
like 1098 Jake.
I don't know. I don't really care.
But I mean, I watched this. I mean, I saw this stuff. I seen when I seen
I watched Trap Lord Ross.
I seen the paperwork drop because Kodak Black signed an artist called NFL Tuwop or something like that. He said, "Oh, he's from Orlando." He said, "Oh, he's from Orlando." He dropped the tip that, "Oh, I know Boston Richie. He's a snitch." He dropped paperwork. So I see the paperwork. I see the first one with the dude going 15 years. Going away for 15 years for a murder. I kind of let that one slide because it was like, okay, he was an op. Like, you don't care about him and all that stuff. So, like he killed your family member. He killed somebody you know. You ask me a question about it, I let it slide.
You're supposed to not say anything, so
But
that
I mean,
way
it's your
they're
op.
available to get back.
Nah, you should op. Like you should see it like if your opponent once you out the game, he'll kill you. He'll get you locked up. He'll do whatever you got to do. So I let that one slide. But the second statement, you snitched on your own cousin, and you ain't had to. You're bluzzing. Your own bluzzing.
Your own blood.
Golly. I mean, and let's see what T98 Jake had to say. This is crazy.
You in another case that led to 2 arrests, it doesn't look good. Now looking back at the DMs between me and Boston Richie, it's crazy because he lied. He said that Wig was interviewed first and Wig ratted on him, that it was Wig's fault that he was a witness in the case. Because Wig said Boston Richie ran down on him with the AK styled weapon. But it was a lie because the paperwork says Boston Richie was interviewed first. And when asked, Boston Richie admitted that Wig ran down on him and threatened him. So if you're gonna accuse Wig of ratting for doing the same thing you did, then what did you do? Sounds like you rat.
And see with that one, that was with the 15-year guy. See, and that's why I said I may let that one slide because it was an op. Like he was trying to run. I guess that's muddy waters. That's get real muddy.
It's not muddy. It's perfectly clear. What it is if it's an op, you should not even want your ops in jail. You want your ops out and about so you could take them out. That's literally the code. That's literally the code that a lot of these dudes live by. And so
well, clearly
if
it's
you
not.
if you snitching on an op where there was no reason for it, that's you taking the easy way out. Like you're putting one of your enemies behind bars instead of handling business, instead of standing on business, just like Soldier Boy said. But
I mean, I don't know because remember.
But I'm gonna drink a shot.
Let me see.
I'm gonna drink a shot to my dog Bro Boston Richie because we supported you, and now you've fallen to the rat community with Daniel Hernandez, T.I. Harris, Gunna. We're pouring one out for all the fallen.
The dude that made the Corvette song.
Corvette dude. Lot of snitches is there.
It's a lot of snitches out there, man. I mean, it's crazy out there. And then the second one, then. So I let the first one pass, but the second one was wild. He was like 16, 17 years old. He stole a car. His cousins came over. Suppose he stole a car. His cousins came over. They got in the car. They get arrested. The police speak to Boston. He said Boston told him 3 times that, oh, my cousins knew the car was stolen, and that's why they kept coming to my house so they can ride around in it. And then he said, oh yeah, but the cousin said it. Oh, when the police asked them for a statement, they was like, oh, no comment. They don't want to give no statement. And then Boston Richie tried to flip it and say, oh, no, well, I took the charges for him. And they said, if I take the charges, then they going to get the charges dropped. He's like, oh, yeah, I mean, they did get the charges dropped because you took the charges, but they said they wasn't going to talk. So you shouldn't have talked either. So, I mean, this is the L for Boston Richie. I mean, he looking real Daniel Hernandez out there. My heart is broken. Andrew Tate in jail. Tory Lanez in jail.
Yeah,
Boston Richie snitching.
I was watching some No Jumper and even AD. He was like, man, this is like my favorite artist. He's like, I got to find a new favorite artist. He said, "I can't believe it." And he goes, "I kept my mouth shut, and I wasn't gonna believe it." And he goes, "But once Jake put out a video, he's like, then it means it's real." And he goes, and then how you know it's real is here's the response from Real Boston. Real Boston responds to these snitching allegations. I brought a fresh quarter ticket, and for New Year's, I'd be mad too. So basically, he's flexing his money, how much money he's made recently, and just saying there's haters. Anytime someone gets accused of something and responds by posting money, that means they did it.
Facts.
They did it. So I mean, he better save that money. He better stack that money because I don't think he's getting another check like that.
I just wonder what's gonna happen. Like, I wonder if Future's gonna mess with him after this, or like he's gonna have that rapper story. How
He's gonna get dropped.
like it's gonna be like one of the rapper stories you hear him like 15 years later, like behind the music, gonna pop up like, what happened? He's like, yeah, you know, once the allegation, it's gonna be like Chingy, like the whole Chingy situation, like when he got caught with Sydney Star.
He might be able to move overseas, and
And
because it
he
seems like
just started. He got like 2 songs.
well, overseas people don't care about snitching. You see, 6ix9ine doesn't really have fans here in the States, but he's still able to do shows overseas. So I mean, it doesn't seem like the overseas community really cares about snitching. But I mean, do we really care about any of this? Because I mean, I do, but I'm talking about the masses.
No,
Do they really care about any of it? Because when it comes to even, it used to be a real thing about writing your own lyrics. And then when Drake's got exposed, it's like no one cared about who wrote their own lyrics anymore.
I mean with Boston Richie, I mean with the girls won't care because he always talking about tricking on the females. And, you know, females don't care who's snitching. You see 6ix9ine, like, he buying females new purses every week.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, if you go to the strip club and you still have money, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
you might have to sell that bubble chain.
yeah. You might send it to your boy. I'll give you a few shekels.
Oh Lord! But speaking of few shekels going across the pond, looks like